Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss a very important topic of class 12th chapter wave optics, and that is diffraction. In the last video we discussed about interference, and for interference the essential condition was that the sources should be coherent. Since the wavelength of the light is extremely small, the bending of light is too small to be detective in our daily life. But as you can see in this diagram, when the size of the slit is comparable to the wavelength of the light, that means when A, that is the size of the slit, is comparable to the wavelength of light used, then the bending of the light is observable and the light is found to diverge. The phenomena of bending of light around the corners of the obstacle, as you can see, within the geometrical shadow of an opaque obstacle is called diffraction. तो अगर हम आम भाषा में कहें diffraction क्या है, तो diffraction is the bending of light whenever the size of the obstacle is comparable to the wavelength. And after bending from the corners, the light starts to interfere. That means then there is superposition of the light waves. And we obtain a particular pattern which is known as diffraction pattern. Now as you can see in this photograph, if the size of the aperture is large, then there is no bending of light which is observable. But if the size of the source is comparable to the wavelength, then there is mutual interference of the secondary wavelets coming out from the corners of the obstacle. That means कि ये जो पोर्शन है, जब इसमें से लाइट निकलती है तो वो बेंड होने के बाद म्यूचुअली इंटरफेयर करती है एंड इट गिव्स राइज टू रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ एनर्जी, एंड हेंस ऑन द स्क्रीन वी ऑब्टेन अ पैटर्न नोन एज diffraction pattern. But this diffraction pattern is different from the interference pattern. As you can see, सेंटर में इंटेंसिटी मैक्सिमम है और जैसे जैसे हम सेंटर से दूर जाते जाते हैं इंटेंसिटी डिक्रीज करती है, एंड वील डिस्कस व्हाई इट इज़ डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. Hence we can say that the essential condition for diffraction is that the size of the aperture should be comparable to the wavelength. Then only the bending will be noticeable. Now let us discuss diffraction due to a single slit experiment and the conditions for maxima and minima. Now in this experiment, W' is a plane wavefront, as we have considered that the rays are coming from infinity. Let A be the size of the slit, which is comparable to the wavelength of light, and you can see in this diagram AB is the size of the slit. Now as the rays pass from this slit, there is bending of light, but this S is the screen, and let us consider that the distance of the screen from the slit is capital D. Now at point O on the screen, you can see that the light coming from A point travels equal distance as compared to the light coming from point B. So O point पे path difference will be lambda. So at O point we'll consider that path difference is 0. And we have read earlier that whenever there is redistribution of light and path difference is 0, we always get a central maxima. यानी O point पे हमको हमेशा bright मिलेगा या फिर maxima मिलेगा. So point O is always a central maxima. Now to find out that at point P हमें maxima मिलेगा या minima मिलेगा, we need to find the path difference. Path difference of the light coming from A and B. As you can see, the distance AP1 is clearly less than the distance BP1. And to find the path difference, we have drawn a perpendicular AN. So AN is a perpendicular drawn from A point. As you can see, जब हम एक perpendicular draw करते हैं तो AN is the perpendicular, and beyond the point A and N, the secondary wavelets cover equal distance. यानी ये जो distances हैं ये equal हैं. तो हमारे पास ये जो part है इतना इतना, this will be the path difference and that is BN. So BN is the path difference, and you can see in this triangle ANB, BN upon AB is equal to sin theta from the diagram, this triangle. तो हमारे पास BN इक्वल हो जाएगा AB sin theta के, but AB is the size of the slit, which is A, so BN is equal to A sin theta. Now BN is the path difference, and to find out the conditions for maxima and minima, first of all we'll find the condition for secondary minima. Now why we name it as secondary minima? Because we obtain the pattern due to the interference of the secondary wavelet, so it is known as secondary minima. Now the condition for secondary minima is that the path difference A sin theta should be equal to n lambda. अब आप सोचोगे that this condition is for maxima in case of interference, but in case of diffraction, this is the condition for obtaining minima. Now let us explain how it is possible. Now to understand this, let us consider first secondary minima के लिए path difference A sin theta should be equal to lambda, as you can see in this diagram. Now to explain this, imagine कि हमने इस slit को divide कर दिया two equal halves में, as you can see in this diagram, AC and BC. The path difference between the secondary waves from corresponding points AC, ये जो इतना रीजन है उसमें से जो रेज निकल रही हैं उनके बीच का पाथ डिफरेंस होगा लैम्डा बाय 2. एंड फॉर एवरी पॉइंट इन द अपर हाफ, हर एक पॉइंट इन द अपर हाफ AC के लिए देयर इज अ कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग पॉइंट इन द लोअर हाफ BC, यानी द वेव्स एमिनेटिंग फ्रॉम AC and the waves emanating from BC both will be having a path difference of lambda by 2. So the waves that arrive at point P, जो point P पे waves पहुँचेंगी उनके बीच में path difference होगा lambda by 2, क्योंकि जो AC से wave जा रही है और जो BC से wave जा रही है दोनों के बीच में lambda by 2 का path difference है. And we know that if the path difference is lambda by 2, we always get a minima. तो हमें minima मिलेगा, यानी हमारे पास फर्स्ट मिनिमा आएगा A sin थीटा इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा पे, या फिर यू कैन राइट sin थीटा इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा बाय A. एंड सिमिलरली सेकेंड मिनिमा विल बी व्हेन यू गेट A sin थीटा इज इक्वल टू 2 लैम्डा, यानी उस केस में हम इसी को डिवाइड कर देंगे 4 इक्वल पार्ट्स में. नाउ इफ A sin थीटा इज इक्वल टू 2 लैम्डा, then we have divided this AB slit into 4 equal parts having path difference of lambda by 2, यानी lambda by 2, lambda by 2, lambda by 2 and lambda by 2. तो ये जो AC1 में से वेव निकलेगी और जो C1 C2 में से वेव निकलेगी उन दोनों का पाथ डिफरेंस होगा lambda by 2, so we will get a minima. Similarly, the light coming from C2 C3 portion will be having lambda by 2 path difference as compared to the wave from C3B portion. तो जब ये lambda by 2 और lambda by 2 इंटरफेयर करेंगे then also we will get no light. So A sin theta is equal to 2 lambda पे you will get secondary minima and so on. Now let us understand the formation of secondary maxima. यानी secondary maxima के लिए क्या condition है. So the formula for obtaining secondary maxima, for first maxima put n is equal to 1, we will get A sin theta is equal to 3 lambda by 2. Now imagine the slit is divided into 3 equal parts. As you can see in this diagram, हमने इस स्लिट को डिवाइड कर दिया 3 इक्वल पार्ट्स में into 3 equal parts. The wavelets reaching from AC1 and C1 C2, यानी जो AC1 पोर्शन में से वेवलेट निकलेगी और जो C1 C2 में से निकलेगी, they will be having a path difference of lambda by 2. As you can see, 3 lambda by 2 को 3 इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड किया, lambda by 2, lambda by 2 and lambda by 2. When the waves from the portion AC1 and C1 C2 will superimpose, you will get no light. As if the wave path difference is lambda by 2, this is the condition for minimum. जो हमारे पास तीसरा पोर्शन बच जाएगा, the wavelet from the part C2B will produce the first secondary minima, यानी इसकी वजह से हमें इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट मिलेगी और वो इंटेंसिटी इस पूरे लाइट के 1/3 पोर्शन की वजह से होगी. सो इट्स इंटेंसिटी विल नॉट बी दैट मच एज कम्पेयर टू द सेंट्रल मैक्सिमा, क्योंकि इस केस में हमें जो लाइट मिल रही है वो 1/3 पोर्शन की वजह से मिल रही है. सिमिलरली, इफ़ यू हैव A sin थीटा इज इक्वल टू 5 lambda by 2, we will get the second secondary maxima. And to explain that again, what we'll do, we'll divide the slit into 5 equal parts, lambda by 2, lambda by 2, lambda by 2, lambda by 2 and lambda by 2. तो वो 5 इक्वल पार्ट्स में से ये 2 पोर्शन जब इंटरफेयर करेंगे यू विल गेट नो लाइट. सिमिलरली द लाइट फ्रॉम दीज 2 पोर्शन विल ऑल्सो गिव यू नो लाइट एंड द पार्ट विच विल बी लेफ्ट इज लैम्डा बाय 2. इसकी वजह से हमें जो लाइट है वो ऑब्जर्व होगी स्क्रीन पे, बट दिस लाइट इज ड्यू टू 1/5 पार्ट ऑफ द लाइट. Again, its intensity will be less as compared to the first maxima and even more less as compared to the intensity of the central maximum. And hence you will obtain the intensity pattern as, so the intensity pattern in case of diffraction will be as shown in this diagram. सेंट्रल वाला जो है वो सबसे ज़्यादा ब्राइट होगा एंड एज यू मूव अवे फ्रॉम द सेंट्रल पार्ट द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द मैक्सिमाज विल स्टार्ट डिक्रीजिंग एज दिस इज ड्यू टू द 1/3 पोर्शन ऑफ द लाइट, दिस इज ड्यू टू 1/5, दिस इज 1/7 एंड सो ऑन. So this pattern is different from the interference pattern, and the reason being that the portion of the light responsible for the intensity starts decreasing as we move away from the central maxima. Now to find the width of the central maxima, as you can see center maxima के बाद इस distance पे यानी x distance पे we'll get a minima because you get alternate bands maxima minima maxima minima. तो हमें x point पे मिलेगा first minima. So the width of the central maxima can be derived as the separation between the first minima on either side. यानी central maxima की width होगी x plus x which is equal to 2x. As you can see in this diagram, a sin theta is equal to n lambda and for n is equal to 1 यानी a sin theta is equal to n lambda is the condition for obtaining minima. और first minima के लिए हम n को 1 पुट कर देंगे तो sin theta हमारे पास आ जाएगा lambda by a. But from this diagram you can see tan theta is equal to x. अगर हम सिर्फ ये वाला ट्रायंगल लें तो हमारे पास tan theta will be equal to perpendicular by base, so we'll write x by d. But if this lens is placed very close to this slit तो focal length वो जो है जो distance of the screen और slit के बराबर हो जाएगी, तो हम लिख सकते हैं x by f also. But if theta is very small then tan theta will be equal to theta and hence we can write theta as x by f. But we also know that theta is equal to lambda by a, तो हम lambda by a के इक्वल कर देंगे as from this equation you can write that angle is very small. तो हमारे पास x की वैल्यू जो आ जाएगी वो x की वैल्यू इन दो इक्वेशन से बन जाएगी lambda f by a. But as we know that width of central maxima means 2 times x, so we'll write 2 times x as 2 lambda f by a. So we will use the formula for central maxima, width of central maxima as 2 lambda f by a or sometimes 2 lambda d by a, where d is the distance of the screen to the slit and a is the slit size of the slit, and we can find the width of central maxima. I hope you understand the difference between interference and diffraction with the help of this video.